And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
56. What's that?
Into the air right away is Allen. He's got his man. That's the rookie from Florida State. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I'm sure after he caught the ball and looked up and thought to himself, trying to find some space, trying to make people miss. But a swarm of defenders were there, and they dropped him behind the line of scrimmage.
Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Allen going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Amari Cooper, 37 yards. And the Bills march right down the field in 3 plays to claim the early advantage. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. First carry for DeAndre Swift. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I guess we got a good idea about what the game plan is for attacking this secondary. No beating around the bush with this crew. His first throw of the game is a deep shot, and it connects. That's a tendency breaker right there because normally you build up to the big shot, but not in this case.
Swift going to try up the middle. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. DeAndre Swift, 29 yards. And the Bears respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. A pretty well-executed run. They were telling us yesterday, Charles, they were hoping to get everybody in sync, the line, the backs, and everybody looked in sync on that play.
They were in sync, and the field tilted. And that's where we get the term running downhill, because when you've got that kind of momentum and everyone's doing it properly as you just described, it does feel like they are coming from downhill to you as a defender, and that is really hard to stop.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
This is Coleman with a grab. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Through the middle of the field. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Khalil Shakir. 54 yards, and the Bills have taken the lead. Here's Bass now for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a third down coming up. To throw, it's Williams. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. To the air, Williams. He'll get this into the hands of Swift once again. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
Here is third down and 4. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable third down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Throwing is Williams. And again, back to Komet. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be second down. Working out of the gun, Williams. And that's out to the flat for Swift. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move.
What a drive. This has been just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Williams with a little touch pass forward. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles, rolling the 2nd quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays, not to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. To throw, Williams. That's to his running back, complete. And the Bears are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Open man, he finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there as time expires in the first half. And the Bears have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, the first half, very even. I mean, really, in all facets, this ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the 3rd quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he'll be stopped at about the 38 after a pickup of 4.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
3rd and 2. Looking to throw is Williams. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage here on 3rd down as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Good clean play. No flags coming out of the pocket of the officials. Turns into an incompletion, and that should get him off the field with a 3 and out.
He'll drop this one off to Swift. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Bills are going to take over in excellent field position. First down, here's the run with Cook. Room here to run. On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 12 yards that time and a Bills first down. Well, CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
It's caught by Coleman. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Alert, alert, alert.
To the air, Allen. This taken in by Kincaid. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Up the middle, it's Cook. Oh, what a move. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Now Allen. That's caught by Kincaid, working the middle of the field. And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Buffalo. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now they send a man in motion right. Tap forward by Allen on the jet sweep. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Khalil Shakir. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
This one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he'll take it across midfield and into Buffalo territory. 60 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
Williams from the gun on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Here's Williams. He'll find Swift out of the backfield. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. Here now, 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. He's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
He's back to throw. He'll get this off to Swift. Touchdown, Bears! DeAndre Swift. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Bears are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for two here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Here's Allen. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
That is incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Well, here's a big one. You can just feel it. This is 3rd down now. Allen setting up the screen for Cook. Gets through and now an opening. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. To throw is Allen. Flush to his right.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first. And they are knocking on the door of field goal range now. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
Could this be the drive that ultimately wins the game? How about the initiative he just took there? Running with it after he couldn't find a throwing lane, and he drove them into range for a game-winning field goal with that play. What an opportunity they've been presented to come through with the win.
And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Here's 2nd down and 3. Now Allen. They run it again with Cook. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Well, this offense still has the 1 timeout here, remember. 1st and 10. Throwing, Allen. What a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. And they get the timeout called here. It comes with 1 second remaining on the clock. So all eyes now on Tyler Bass. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. The clock showing just 1 tick. This for the win. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Bills are going to get out of here winners.